Right, hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel now today. Today is a match reaction of Wrexham 3, Bromley 0. What a win for Wrexham today. 3 goals scored once again, which keeps us 5th in the table, joint on points with Stockport. Today we're just going to be talking about a couple of things that happened in the game. So the first point that we saw before anything had kicked off was that PEARSON, French and LAINTON had all returned, which I think we were all happy to see. PEARSON, our usual captain, had returned. LAINTON, our usual goalkeeper, so it felt more steadied. But in the first 20 minutes, Bromley did actually dominate the game. We were on the back foot a bit, and I was starting to think, is this going to be like a narrow 1-0 game? Are we actually going to get anything out of it? But on the 32nd minute, DAVIES flicked on a header from a Luke Young corner to make it 1-0. Google said it's Thomas's goal, but I'm sure it was DAVIES. It was a good goal, wasn't it?
It was hard to tell from the angle, wasn't it?
Very good flick.
It would be harsh if Thomas was given the goal.
Yeah. 39 minutes, just 7 minutes later, Angus volleyed home a very good goal, just inside the area, flung past Cousins into the top left corner. Suspicions of offside. I don't think he was, but still, even if offside or not, it was still a great finish.
Van Basten finish, it seemed like.
Yeah, and then on 45 minutes, Bromley nearly pulled one back on the stroke of half time. It was a very good pullback. I'm not sure who it was from. I think it was Kizzy. And then DUFFUS just had the whole goal to aim at, and he just blazed it over the bar. That would have set the second half up perfectly. But yeah, it wasn't to be. So Wrexham went into the half-time 2-0 up. 67 minutes. Angus once again with an amazing goal. Beat Cousins off. It was quite a tight angle, wasn't it?
Very tight.
And he just hit it across goal, hit the post and went in. And then the last thing that happened really in the game, 79 minutes, Cheek nearly pulled one back. He got played through and lobbed it just a bit too hard out. It had a bit too much on it. I think he would have scored if
he hit it too well, didn't he? Hit it too well.
Top scorer in the league, you'd have put any money on him to score that. And then they had a penalty shout at the end where Harris just tripped his man. I think it was a penalty, but referee didn't see it.
We've also got the incident with Angus, haven't we? Where the defender, they had a tussle. Yeah. Angus fell on the floor.
Angus went down. The player went over him.
But he looked, and he's put his foot on Angus's head, and to me, it's...
You can clearly see that
it's intentional.
Their defender knew he'd done it.
Yeah.
Because when Angus was pushing him, you could tell he was avoiding eye contact, and he knew he'd done it.
Yeah, the replays showed the defender looking where he was going to put his foot, and he knew.
See, this is when our league, you would say, needs VAR, but it's a linesman's job to see that and the referee's job to see it, because it's right in front of the ref. The linesman can see, intentional or not, it's a yellow card. If it's intentional, which it was, because you could see he's clearly stamped down on him, other than maybe if you tried to go over him, you might have clipped him with the underside of your foot, but he's clearly just gone straight down, and it's angered Angus, and he's had to be brought off because he got a yellow card.
I think in defence of the linesman, it was over the sort of the far side, and the angle it happened, the linesman wouldn't have seen where the defender's foot's come down.
Yeah,
so for once I'm sticking up for the officials, because they are rubbish in this league.
So we're going to go on to the man of the match. Who would you give yours to?
The official man of the match was given to Angus for his 2 goals, which is fair enough. I think my man of the match would have been Sean Pearson.
Yeah, I have to agree. Everything down here, Pearson or Angus.
He won everything in the air, organised. There was 3 central defenders. He organised them. They kept so tight. It just looked, with him and LAINTON back in, we
just looked so
solid. And you had confidence when there's a long ball put in. You thought Pearson's going to win it. He did.
He goes through every ball,
and he was good for French at the back.
Yeah,
you know, he talked French through the game a lot. Pushed on an attack to help with set pieces as well.
That's the thing.
Nearly scored a goal, didn't he? He had that chance when he could have scored.
What a chance! I think with Pearson being back, what will that mean for Kelleher? What will it mean for Vassell? What will it mean for French? Because one of those is going to have to drop out.
I think based on today's performance, I don't think Vassell had a good game.
But he did the job. He got a clean sheet, so it's going to be harsh. But the thing is, if you were to play Kelleher and Pearson, they're 2 very similar players. They're 2 players that are...
I don't think you could play the 2 really, could you?
They're 2 solely defenders that are just defenders, whereas like Vassell, he's got a bit of speed about him, he knows he can go forward a bit, whereas Pearson and Kelleher, they just like do all the job at the back. But it's very hard.
I know he hasn't done it in the past, but Keats might just stick with the winning
Yeah.
team.
Which I think what should do,
back.
because it's common sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have dropped Pearson,
No, not
French, or maybe Vassell, but it's a risk. So yeah, I'd give my man of the match to Pearson or Angus. Like you said, commanding Pearson as always. Angus took his 2 goals very well.
Luke Jung again was sensational.
He's been on a bit of an off patch recently this year, but last couple of games he started to get some couple of assists and just started to be playing really well.
He's everywhere, isn't he? Yeah. He's absolutely everywhere.
My match rating, I'd have given it a 4.5 out of 5. 0.5 missing out just because of that start we had. We just weren't really didn't get into the game too much. We were slow to come into it, but when we did, it was just amazing to watch.
Yeah.
What was your match rating?
I'll give it 4.
4 out of 5. Okay. So yeah, if you do want to see more of these match reactions, then do just drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave it down below. Who was your man of the match in this game? And yeah, we'll see you guys in another video.